The 2025 Jeep Wrangler has a new exterior color, Joose. And this Willys trim has 17-inch black alloy wheels with mud grip tires, LED front headlights and fog lights, tow hitch and wiring, standard big screen technology, and a V6 under the hood to go anywhere and do anything. What's up, everybody? I'm Jonathan Sewell, sales at Mitchell Jeep on the Boll Weevil Circle in Enterprise, Alabama. And yes, you see behind me the beautiful Joose. New exterior color available on the 25 Wrangler and Gladiator. And we're gonna go inside, we're gonna go outside, we're gonna go all the way around so that you can decide if this vehicle and that color is the right one for you. So let's jump in. More car vids. More car vids. Getting started up front, you know that this is a Willys with the black surround on the grill here, and of course the stencils there on the side, and the wheels and the aggressive tread. This is one of my favorite packages because it's really set up, ready to go. Even has its own suspension for the Willys, so that this is, you know, a couple of notches up from the standard Sport Wrangler. You have the gloss black area here on the bumper with your LED fog lights and this upgraded preferred package and LED reflector headlights, and you have LED daytime runner there on the fender flares. Of course, you have the hooks up front, and as I mentioned, that gloss black ties in well with the black emblems, the black stencils, and these beautiful black wheels. So 17-inch alloy wheels in black. And they do have these, well, they're 33-inch WildPeak, Falkon WildPeak mud grip or mud terrain tires. So they've got a lot of meat on them, and you can definitely, with this suspension, see that it's got enough room for even a bigger size tire, but that's that Willys suspension sitting a little different. This wonderful Joose color, which is kind of hard to do it justice through the lens here. I really recommend you go see it in person if this is something you'd consider. Of course, you know, if you watch some of the other videos, that it came on the same truck as this. So here in Alabama, this is kind of an Auburn thing. Of course, I grew up in Florida, which this would be like more probably appropriate for a Gator setup here for Gainesville, but let's just stick on the orange for now, and we'll cover that vehicle next week. This beautiful Joose color, I love the bright colors. I think this is just enough because I love the black wheels and black accents, and even the black hardtop kind of break it up and tie everything in together at the same time. This one has a preferred package that also includes the Corning Gorilla Glass, a little bit thicker. Of course, we now have the integrated antenna, which is nice. And I didn't talk about this up front, but you can see with the camera, it does have the full speed. Well, it has the adaptive cruise control, the full speed automatic emergency braking and pedestrian detection. So it's got some of the upgraded safety features on this. Of course, you've got black mirror caps and handles here. Again, just really black doesn't pop that much, but it does off of this color. Maybe it's the reverse. Also have heated mirrors, so all climates would work well. You see the water drops. We've had a lot of storms come through. The wind is still going just a little bit, but not as bad as it was all day. As we continue around, your cap right here on the fuel, so easy to access there. As you come around the back, you also have more hooks, but also a tow package with wiring, so it's all good to go. And with this engine and transmission, you should get 5,000 pounds towing, so it's equipped for what you need. Of course, it's a 5-wheel package that comes from the factory, so you got the wheel and tire that match, and your rear camera back here. Of course, the Willys is going to have the kind of retro 4-wheel drive back there. And let's just open this up and look at some of the cargo. Swing open, of course, you have a JL emblem right here. Rear defrost and rear wiper on the hard top. And this is what I really want to see. Let's take the top off and let's see all the orange and see how it looks. We might have to do that here in the near future. Great storage back here for cargo. Of course, these seats will fold down to give more room so you can break up the cargo and the passengers. A little bit of storage underneath here. So it's a good area back here. Also have a DC plug so you can have some accessories or a DC powered cooler or whatever you need. Good setup here for tailgating back here for a comfortable seat, and whatever the situation is, use that lid there to block some of the rain and some of the sunlight, whatever the situation may be. This is the right color at the right time. I'm very impressed with this. Let's get a full side shot view. So you can see with that Willys suspension sitting up just a little bit. This one also has your rock rails underneath to protect the undercarriage right there. And it's also part of that package. And you can see some of the suspension is just a little bit different from what the standard suspension would be. So it just gives it a more aggressive look all the way around. Looks like we're gonna have a little bit more rain come through. But real quick, we'll look under the hood and check out the power. As I mentioned in the intro, this one does have the 3.6 liter Pentastar engine. So this is the right amount of power. And of course, beginning of 25, it did not come available with an automatic, but Jeep quickly changed their mind. It's either November or December, and allowed you to add the optional 8-speed transmission, which we'll look at the pricing a little bit later, but it's about a $4,500 add, but it's something that a lot of people like. That gives you that extra tow capacity. Also, this one's of course 285 horsepower with 260 pound-feet of torque. So it's the power that we've that we want. Looking around here, you have the battery, also your relays. Here's where your induction happens through the filter around to the engine, and right up through the top here. This one does use 0W20 oil right up top, easy to add if necessary. And you have your power steering fluid here, your windshield washer fluid, brake fluid, a lot of fluid there for good stopping power, and then of course your coolant there. So everything's pretty tight under here, but also set up where it'd be easy to get to most of these things if you need to. And of course the versatility of the hood, you could slide it on back to keep it out of the way to do any work that you need to. Decent fuel economy. I think this one's rated at 23 on the highway, so not too bad for a utility vehicle, kind of in its own class like the Jeep Wrangler. All right, coming inside, the Willys is basically an appearance package. This one does also have some upgrades like the Mopar all-weather mats, but for the most part, it's just a standard Jeep with some of that appearance. You do, of course, still have your power mirrors, power locks, and your digital multi-information display. The 12.3-inch infotainment screen, of course, is Uconnect 5, so you get wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, standard day-night mirror. Hello there. And this is an optional hard top, but the Freedom top with these panels that come off is standard on the hard top. And so, just release these and pop them out real quick. Real easy to do, and can enjoy some of the open air feeling and the warmth of the sun or whatever the situation is. You also have the rear axle locker, the Tru-Lok there for the rear. You have your four-wheel drive shifter here, your transmission shifter here, which is obviously a little bit bigger to, see the differences there, to keep that in mind. Window switches, your media right here with USB A and C, and then an aux plug. Of course, your HVAC control, push button start right here, as all Jeeps have. Then as we look back on the steering wheel, you can see the adaptive cruise control, your Bluetooth controls or hands-free controls with your menu. This does have an analog tach and speedometer, but with this digital multi-information display, you can have a digital speedo, which I enjoy. You also have the auxiliary switches here to add any type of accessories, glove box, cup holders, and of course the two-tiered console here with another USB there. I really like the fit and finish here of the dash. Just kind of that lighter color kind of breaks it up a little bit, and these seats are very comfortable, which are the standard seating, but the cross stitching here is just very comfortable. And we'll look at that pricing in a little bit. Let's hop in the back seat. Coming in the back seat, you can see this seat's pretty far back. Of course, you have the Mopar all-weather mat here. Let's get this out of the way. Here's your bag for those Freedom panels. And let's slide on in here. So with this seat pretty far back, I still have a little bit of room. My knees are a little crowded, but you can see you have plenty of flexibility here. This seat was probably laid back more than I needed it. So I have my own vents here, window switches, and cup holders right here. And with the seat setup, I can fold these down. So if you want better visibility, you won't have anybody sitting, you can fold these down. And of course, you can extend this middle one or keep it down like it is. And you do have lower anchors and tethers on the outboard positions here. And of course, side airbags up in the roll bar and LED lights in the sound bar. So everybody can keep things lit and of course hear the sound and enjoy the Jeep feel with a little bit more safety with those side airbags. Let me slide back out of here because I am rubbing against the seat getting out. So I think that wraps it up on this 25 Willys Wrangler. And we'll take one more walk around looking at the beautiful Joose color. And then we'll take a stop on the other side and check out the pricing. I really love the gloss black grille though, how it ties in with the emblems, stencils, and the wheels. And here's where that MSRP was. So you can see that we do have an ad for the 8-speed transmission, an ad for the hardtop, and an ad for the Joose paint, and then that preferred package is $7,500, bringing the total to $53,380. And again, we do have, this is the month of May, the employee pricing plus, so there are some savings available, and if you are employee pricing for everyone, so if you are interested in a new Jeep product, now's a good time. And if you have any questions or comments on this or any Jeep, drop them down below in the comments or text me at 334-718-0504. This is a very beautiful color, and I'm glad to have it available in this year's lineup. And I can't wait to see you in one of your very own beautiful Jeep.